Okay, so we have an urgent information coming out. South Carolina rattled by earthquake swarm. The South Carolina Emergency Management Division says between 10 to 15 earthquakes are recorded each year in the Palmetto State. So give me a second. Let me just take it to the USGS earthquake map. If you can, please share the video. Also, there was a 6.1 magnitude earthquake. It was downgraded to 6.0. Happened in El Salvador. This was 10-kilometer deep. All right, so we are definitely seeing some 6+ happening today. But this is the one here, guys. South Carolina, not one, but there's two. All right, so 2.5 struck South Carolina, 1.3 kilometers. Wow. There's two of them. Okay, so, and there was a 3.0 struck the same region, 2.1 kilometers. All right, so we're going to see what's going on with all this here, guys. And once again, El Salvador got hit. Alaska is also seeing some earthquakes. And that's where the volcano's located. You have Mount Spur. Once again, you still have Russia seeing their earthquakes. There we go. Alaska and Russia seeing some earthquakes. What's the biggest one in Russia? Seems like it's the 5.2. Actually, no, 5.5. That's the biggest one today, which is 63.9 kilometers. Other than that, guys, oh, hold on. So, a lot of you have been asking me, where was the 7.5 earthquake? It was right there. You see that blue dot? That's the one. That's the Drake Passage. That's where well, it was an 8.3, and then it was downgraded to a 7.5. All right, so that's the region right there between South America and Antarctica. All right, so, but yeah, we're gonna focus more on El Salvador, and we're gonna focus more on South Carolina. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. All right, several people from Greenwood County responded that the jolts were strong enough to wake them up and even knock over a small object such as photos. Man, so there was more than two. All right, so this is South Carolina. Let's go to the very top and see what's going on here. Residents across parts of South Carolina, Paramount, were jolted overnight Friday after a swarm of small earthquakes rattled the region, according to the United States Geological Survey. Most of the shaking was centered in Greenwood County, which sits between Columbia and Greenville, just east of the Savannah River. The USGS reported at least 7 measurable earthquakes occur after midnight on Saturday, with magnitude ranging from 1.8 to 3.0. The National Weather Service office in the Greenville-Spartanburg area asked residents on social media whether they felt any of the tremors. Several people from Greenwood County responded that the jolts were strong enough to wake them up and even knock over small objects such as photos. I'm going to use this picture as a thumbnail. So due to the activity, shallow nature, loud booms were also reported. So people heard boom sounds? which experts have previously said is a result of a earthquake vibration reaching the surface. Local authority did not report any damage associated with the shaking, which is common during weaker intensity events on the moment magnitude scale. The Palmetto State is considered one of the most seismically active areas along the East Coast. According to the South Carolina Emergency Management Division, the state typically experiences between 10 and 15 earthquakes each year, with only a handful significant enough to be felt or cause damage. The state is home to many fault lines, with a majority of the activity occurring in what is known to seismologists as the Middletown Place Somerville seismic zone. Experts say that because the faults occur inside the North American plate rather than at a plate boundary, and most of the shaking is typically limited, but that has not prevented magnitude shaking in excess of 7.0 from impacting states. Another update. You can keep up with all the updates. Okay, I'm going to skip that. So it's been happening in the early morning. All right, so if you see the time frame, you got August 23rd, 2:53 a.m., August 23rd, 1:21 a.m., again 12:49 a.m. So a lot of this has been happening in the a.m. when people are asleep. It's kind of strange. All right. So South Carolina is getting hit, but in the early mornings. So that's the. Seems like South Carolina felt 3 to 5, often felt minor damage. A 6, well, a 6 is minor damage to building. 7, major damage in populated area. 8 or greater, well, that is catastrophic. Now, experts are saying the biggest earthquake supposedly was a 13.5, which was during the time that the dinosaurs were taken out, when an asteroid came and hit planet Earth, and yeah, and all that type of stuff. But according to scriptures, the Bible says that it was a flood, but the world says no, it was an asteroid. I lean more towards scripture. If it was an asteroid that took out the dinosaur, there wouldn't be any bones. I'm just saying, there wouldn't be any bones. All right, so because an asteroid would vaporize everything, even the bones. Now, a flood does make sense. Buries the bone. The water comes down, the bone comes down, everything just buried on top of it. An asteroid, yeah, plus 65 million years ago, yeah, that would be gone. That would absolutely be gone. It's like saying Titanic is still in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's been 65 million years, and Titanic is still in the Atlantic Ocean and hasn't collapsed yet. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, so it says here in 1886, Charleston and the surrounding low country were rocked by what seismologists estimate to have been a 7.0 to a 7.3 magnitude earthquake. Now, the catastrophic event damage or destroyed more than 2,000 buildings, toppled church steeples, cracked foundations, and claimed dozens of, you know what. Emergency managers say if another similar major quake were to strike modern-day South Carolina, the event could have damaging consequences given the state's growing population and aging infrastructure. That's the reason why you have the National Guards out in the New Madrid seismic zone. They're training and preparing for a big mega quake. Whoops. Here we go. Let's see what's going on with this one here, right? So we're going to go with the 6.0 magnitude earthquake that struck today. Hits El Salvador. So it says here, a magnitude 6.0 earthquake struck El Salvador on Saturday morning, as reported by the United States Geological Survey. The earthquake struck at a depth of 10 kilometers, that's 6 miles, with its epicenter near Acajutla, El Salvador, and Puerto San Jose, Guatemala. Alright, so there was no damage or casualty were immediately reported. Okay, so that's a quick update there. I mean, that's a quick breaking news there. It seems like everything is good when it comes to all these earthquakes. Alright, so give me a second here. Let me just... I want to zoom in South Carolina really quick. Okay, so that is South Carolina, Greenwood. Oh, hold on. There's 3 of them in there. There's 3 of them in there. Yep, there's 3. There's 3. Give me a second here, guys. Alright, so there's 3. You have a 2.9, 6.8 kilometers. You have a 2.5, 1.3 kilometers. And then you have a 3.0, a 2.1 kilometers. Now, to a lot of people, these are small magnitude, Louis, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, guys. East Coast is seeing a lot of earthquakes. We don't see a lot of earthquake in the East Coast like that. All right, we don't see a lot of earthquake going on near New York. We don't see a lot of earthquake going on basically out there. Now, we are seeing some kind of trending of quake striking in those regions, which could be very concerning because there's a possibility we could see the New Madrid. We could see something here, guys. And the National Guard are doing the exercise stuff, you know, preparing for the mega quake over in the New Madrid seismic zone. All right, so again, you got military. That means something is up. They're preparing for worst case scenario. But to some people, they just don't see that. They don't see, again, they don't take stuff serious. They don't take stuff serious. They don't. Here's another breaking news. All right, so you have Brad. He shared this. We are now up to 7 earthquakes today and 10 in the past 7 days in Greenwood, South Carolina County. Thursday, this earthquake swarm. So you see, most of these earthquakes here are really small ones, though. They're like 1.0. But there's been a lot of quake going on. There's been a lot of it. Someone is like, wow, 7 earthquake there? 7 earthquake more now. Alright, so I'm looking for some more information here, guys. See if there's any more updates. So far, this is all of it here. But there's been a 6.0 and there's been multiple quakes happening in other regions. Russia's still getting hit with the aftershock. And Alaska is also getting hit. Other than that, this is all the information here, guys. I will keep you updated with earthquakes in various places. And make sure you check out the videos I posted today. I did post a video of the black moon rising. And there's a black moon that appeared early this morning. And I think tonight, if I'm not mistaken, the moon is going to be up there. It's just people won't see it. It's going to be invisible. That's why they call it the black moon. which happened early this morning. But again, experts say it's up there, but people won't be able to see it. Also, make sure you check out my other video, which is Kilauea volcano erupts. Actually, give me a second here. This an update here, I think. Hold on, give me a second here. Hawaii Kilauea volcano erupts again. Kilauea erupted yesterday with lava blasting 100 feet into the air, lightening up the summit's crater like a front row seat to Earth Chaos engine. Okay, so it's the 31st eruption in just 8 months. Wow. It's not only earthquake, but we're seeing multiple volcanoes erupting. All part of a single magma-fed event that keeps recycling pressure like a shaken soda bottle. No homes are threatened, but tourists and live stream addicts are soaking in the spectacle from Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Scientists say the magma flowing in at 5 cubic yards per second. This pattern has only happened 4 times in 200 years. The last one went on for 3 decades. Buckle up. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.